Hey nail bosses, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be giving you guys a sneak peek of what my spring collection of acrylic powders will consist of. So I'm going to be using 5 of those to create a full set. So the first thing that I'm doing is prepping my nails, and I'm starting off by pushing back my cuticles. This is going to expose the new growth and help with reducing lifting. After that, I'm going to go in with my e-file. This is the Flawless Pro e-file by Macart. I do have a promo code for them, so I'll be sure to leave that down below. And I am using a 180 sanding band. I do have the sanding bands available on my site, so I'll be sure to leave the link down below to that as well. But whenever I'm removing the shine from the natural nail, I'll always go around the cuticle area first, getting as close as I can to that cuticle, and then removing the shine from the rest of the nail. And then as you guys can see, I kind of pull my skin back on the side so I can really just get in on the sides, because a lot of the time those are the little spots that people miss, and then that's why you get lifting, because this right here, y'all, definitely will determine whether you get lifting or not. If you guys didn't know, our body produces a lot of oils, so that's why our nails are shiny, because of those oils that our body produce. And so if I was to just go in and apply the acrylic right on top of my shiny nail, the nails literally will fall off probably the same day. So we're just going in and very gently removing the shine. After that, we're just dusting them off, and then I'm gonna go in and apply the nail tips. I'm gonna be using my KDS glue, and I'm gonna be using my all-time favorite nail tips, which are the tapered nail tips. And of course, whenever you're applying nail tips, you want to make sure that the nail tip fits exactly from sidewall to sidewall. And for the most part, I kind of know what size my nails are. So usually my pinky is about an 8 or a 9. For these, it's definitely a 9. As you guys can see, it literally fits perfect on my nail plate. So once I get the perfect size, I just apply the glue, make sure I'm holding my finger really straight, and just apply the nail on. And my glue dries super fast, so literally within seconds it's on there really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on all of them. So again, y'all, super important that you apply the correct size tips. I've seen people apply tips and literally the tip is hanging off the nail, and then they apply acrylic, and so then you get that gap in between the natural nail and the acrylic, and that's how you get lifting. So make sure that it literally fits perfectly. And if maybe you have a nail tip that's too small and then you have one that's a little too big, just go with the one that's a little bit bigger, file it down to fit perfectly, and you'll be fine. But after we have all of the nail tips on, we're going to go in with the acrylic application. So first I'm going in with my NC monomer, and then I'm going to use my odor out drops, and I do about 2 to 3 drops depending on how much monomer I pour in my dapping dish. So for this one, I did about 3 drops of my odor out drops, and these drops basically just help with reducing the odor of monomer, and it gives it a more pleasant smell of roses. I do have a peach scent as well if you guys are interested. But up next, I'm going in and just doing a dehydrator and primer, and I'm doing this on the natural nail only. The dehydrator is going to remove any oils that are left on the natural nail, and the primer is going to help the acrylic adhere a lot better to the natural nail. So you want to make sure that you never skip these two, because if not, you could get lifting. Up next, we're going to go in with my number 12 acrylic brush. I also have this available on my website, and I'll be sure to leave the link to everything that I use down below. But first thing I'm doing is just going in with my clear acrylic, just doing a bead of that over the entire nail. This is just going to be basically a base to the color acrylic. That way, if next time I want to come in and do a different color acrylic, I can just go in and file down the color acrylic, and then that way there'll still be clear underneath, and I don't have to go in and do a full set. So this is my first color acrylic. This is like a peachy color, definitely really pretty. The new collection will consist of 8 colored acrylics. I'm only going to be showing you 5 in this video, but they're all like a really pretty pastel color. I'm definitely in love with them. And then I do plan on either doing a video here on YouTube, maybe a live, or a post on my Instagram where I'll give you guys the opportunity to help me pick the names for my colors. But I'll be sure to post about it here soon. But I'm going in and basically just doing my 4 beads. So placing my first bead right in the middle where the natural nail and the tip meets, placing my second one right below the first one. I'm gonna place my third one closer to the cuticle area, and then as you guys can see, they apply on really well, really nice and smooth. They don't dry too fast or too slow. They give you enough time to work with them. So I definitely really love that about my acrylics. As always, whenever I place that third bead closer to the cuticle area, I place it as close as I can to the cuticle, but not to where it's on the skin. And then same thing, just very gently brushing it down and then cleaning around the cuticle area. And then also as I'm working, I'm steady wiping my brush off on a paper towel. That way my brush does not get dirty. And the paper towels that I'm using are the Viva paper towels. I definitely recommend them. Trust me when I say your paper towels make a huge difference, like they really do. I've used other cheap, not necessarily cheaper, but just other brand paper towels, and they do not suck up that product that's in my brush, and the Viva paper towels definitely do just that, and they're able to keep my brush nice and clean as I'm working. And then also the blue paper towels that I usually like in the automotive section at the grocery stores, I know a lot of people use those and they work really well as well. They're pretty much the same thing as the Viva signature cloth, but they're just blue. But whichever one of those you feel comfortable using is completely fine. But y'all, please make sure that you invest in either one of those, and you definitely will see a difference. And if you've used them before and you know what it's like to use a different type of paper towel and it was a mess, let us know down below so other people can see that it's definitely a thing. But next, once we have a full coverage of that colored acrylic, I'm just going in and doing my clear to encapsulate the color, because of course with the colored acrylic we're just going in and making sure that we have a nice coverage of the color. And then with the clear, I'm going in and making sure that we have that thickness and nice apex that we want. That way we don't have to worry about any lifting or breakage. Hey nail boss, just a little reminder to make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the little bell. That way you are notified every time that I post, anytime that I do a random live with a giveaway, because you definitely don't want to miss out. But anyways, keep watching and I hope you're enjoying. Alrighty, so we're gonna speed it up a bit, but it's gonna be the exact same process as the thumb. So I did the clear first, and then I did my colored acrylic, and then encapsulating with the clear. We're gonna do this on all of the nails. We're just gonna be using different colors. Again, these are gonna be a part of my spring collection, which will be launching on March the 1st. So be on the lookout for that. And then of course, I'll be sure to do a live with these acrylics, watching them for you guys, and a giveaway. So I'll be sure to keep you guys updated on that. Alrighty, so we finished the acrylic application and I am in love with all of these colors. They're definitely giving spring and Easter and I just love them so much. So up next, we're going to go in with my 8080 hand file and we're just going to go in and reshape the nails. As always, y'all, it's super important that when you're reshaping, especially since I'm doing a tapered square, that I'm holding my file at exactly a 90-degree angle. And I feel like in this video, you can really tell how I'm holding it at exactly a 90-degree angle. It's literally right up against the nail and I'm just falling back and forth on both sides, and then I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the free edge, and this is gonna get us that perfect tapered squared shape. Now of course the nail tips that I use already are a tapered square shape, so we're just going in and redefining that shape. But these tips are definitely my absolute favorite because I really have to do minimal filing. It's really just a matter of, like I said, perfecting that shape. And then I am gonna file underneath the nail just a little bit, so I will be holding my file at a slight angle, but that's just to get rid of any of the little rough edges that are underneath the nail, and you will see them once I turn my nail a little bit. Right here you can kind of tell, but I just literally go in and do a very slight file, and then once I go in with my e-file, I am able to get rid of that as well. But just going in and literally perfecting my shape. Like I said, it's all about the way that you hold your file, so make sure that you're holding it at exactly a 90-degree angle. And y'all, it's crazy as I was doing this, like how after a few seconds of shaping you can really see the difference between, like, you know, before and after I shape, and it's definitely a major difference. So you definitely want to make sure that you never, of course, skip this step. But we're gonna go ahead and do this on all of them. Again, I am using my 8080 Get Nail 32 hand file, and I'll be sure to leave that down below as well as my promo code. Alrighty, so this is what my nails look like after I finished reshaping them. So now I'm gonna go in with my 180 sanding band, and I'm just gonna use this to do all of my filing, just because my nails are not bumpy or lumpy, so I really don't have much filing to do other than just making sure that the cuticle area is nice and neat. And then I also still just go through and file the rest of the nail just to make sure that everything is completely even and smooth. So during this step, I am using my e-file at about 8,000 RPMs. Again, I am using the Macart Flawless Pro e-file, and it's definitely pretty powerful, so that's why I use it at an 8,000. But as always, depending on your level of expertise, you can use it at whatever speed you feel comfortable using it at. Alrighty, so after we finish doing all of the filing, we're gonna go in with the buffer. This is gonna get rid of any of those scratches left on the nails from the hand file or the e-file. So you wanna make sure that you never skip this step, because this is what's gonna get your nails really nice and smooth and ready for the fun part, which is the polish or nail art application. So after we finish buffing, we're just gonna dust the nails off, and then I'm gonna go wash my hand off. This is what the nails look like after all of the buffing, really nice and smooth. But here's what they look like after I wash my hands, really nice and clean. So now we're just gonna go in, and I'm using my NC gel top coat, and I'm going to be applying some little 3D flowers. And I absolutely loved how the little flowers literally matched my colors, like my acrylic colors, perfectly. So I'm gonna be doing flowers on my thumb, my middle finger, and my pinky, and then on my ring finger and my index finger I'm gonna be doing some bling, and then of course I'm gonna be using my wax pencil to apply all of the stones, and I'm gonna also be using my Macart Flawless Pro UV LED light to cure my nails. So I'm just going in and doing the flowers first, then I'm gonna go ahead and cure, and then after we cure for about 30 seconds, we're gonna go in and do a little dot of top coat on top of the flowers. And then also, y'all, I didn't know, but these flowers are color changing, so I don't know if you guys seen how they were blue after they came out of the light, but I did the little caviar, cured for another 30 seconds. I'm gonna do the exact same thing on my middle finger and pinky. Alrighty, so up next we're gonna go in with my bling kit, and we're gonna be applying some bling around the cuticle area on this ring finger and index finger. So I'm basically just outlining the cuticle area with the bling, and then I am gonna go in and apply a few little gold caviars as well. So lastly, we're just gonna go in and apply some cuticle oil. We're just gonna massage that right in, and this is what's gonna just bring everything to life, and it's gonna really bring my skin to life because it was looking a little rough. But here is the final look, y'all. They turned out absolutely beautiful. I love the colors and can't wait for you guys to get these on March the 1st. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for watching. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at GetNail32, and I will see you guys next time.